Welcome to Wordsmith Academy. We're at the Kelowna Comic Con this weekend, and we're going to take a walk around, talk to some cosplayers, find out why people dress up as their favorite characters, and how they started cosplaying. Tell me a little bit about how you got into cosplaying.
I got into cosplay because I guess I just never outgrew the dressing up phase.
She started before me, and I thought it was kind of cool and went, what can I do? So I picked Jack to go with her Sally.
My friends from Kelowna actually came to visit me because I live in Vancouver. I had just moved there, and they were like, there's an anime convention, and you need to go, you'll love it. And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, come on, we're coming from Kelowna, like, you gotta go with us. And I was like, I don't have a costume. They're like, just wear a Halloween costume, it doesn't matter, just show up. I'm there, and I'm seeing all of a sudden these people like dressed up. And this one girl walks by with like purple hair and like an 8-foot wingspan that were like gradient, like white to pink to purple wings. And I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, but I want to do that. And then I started from there.
Well, I've always been into costumes. As a kid, I used to be one of those kids who had a dress-up box in my basement, and I'd get into everything and do shows in them. And so as I got older, I got into theater, and it just kind of continued from there. And the cosplay side, I kind of got into as I got a little bit older.
I just started making things. I've always been really creative, and I like working with my hands. And I was like, hey, let's just make things. Does this work? And just go with it.
I just really enjoy it because it's such a good chance to open up a conversation with new people, because it's a thing that you can have in common with somebody that you've never met before.
To be honest, I got into it because I was wanting some friends that weren't alcoholics. So I had honestly really loved always dressing up. Halloween was my jam. So I had been kind of online and looking at cosplayers, and there was a couple girls who were like, oh yeah, we're doing this big cosplay group, anybody want to join? And I'm like, sure, why not? I can make a costume.
I do this because, well, it's a way to express my inner passion for bringing concepts together and unifying them in a way that makes sense. Taking an art theme and making it something you can wear, something you can use, something that is useful.
I was interested in costuming when I was really small. I made my first costume when I was 8. My dad dragged all of us out to see Star Wars when I was 10, and that was it. I was hooked.
Actually, I'm here wearing a costume because we have a booth on behalf of the BC Children's Hospital.
That's an even better reason to cosplay.
So we've been doing this for 2 years, and at first I came here and I thought it looked really fun to do a costume, and it's not something I regularly do. And I kind of got into it, and so we're 2 years in, and so I try to make a new costume for every year.
So tell me, what are you dressed as?
Khajiit Merchant.
And what's that from?
Elder Schools.
Awesome, and you are?
Cat.
Cat. How do you decide which characters you're going to cosplay as?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Sometimes it's costume design. Majority of the time it's just because I love that character and I just want to channel that character. And it's kind of like when you click with a character, like, why wouldn't you want to dress up as them?
This started out as a Halloween costume, and Nightmare Before Christmas is kind of a Halloween movie.
It is very much so.
For me, if I'm going to put money and time into something, I want it to be a character that I either really like aesthetically or identify with, like, on a personal, spiritual level.
I usually pick them based on just favorite characters from either video game series or favorite movies and whatnot. I factor in, obviously, if it's my favorite, but as well as if the character challenges me. Like, I could pick just any Joe Blow, like a dress or whatever, but it's like, I like to pick, like, non-human characters or things that, have a lot of texture to them. And just really try and challenge myself that way.
How do you select what you're going to cosplay as?
Well, I try to pick something that I'm a fan of so that when people come to talk to me about it, I at least know what I'm talking about.
I select them by either aesthetics or if I really love the character. So, like, for example, I really like Sansa's character, so I did the Sansa dress. I love Link. I love Breath of the Wild. So I'm like, I can't really do a male Link, so I'm going to do a female Link. When it comes to aesthetic ones, so stuff like the League, I'm very casual League player, so I feel kind of awkward about it, but I'm like, I'm working on a Nidalee. I really love Nidalee, so I went and actually tried the game, read some of the backstory for the costume, but that's kind of either if I really like the character design or I really like the characters.
What made you pick this particular costume or this particular character?
Because I like cats, I guess.
That's a good answer.
We're both really into RPG and gaming and that kind of thing, so why not real life the characters too?
Do you purchase your dresses? Do you make them yourself? What's that process like?
So I design and make my dresses. I have help from a friend of mine with construction, and then the detailing is more of what I do. But yes, they're all my own design, and blood, sweat, and tears went into these.
So I've made all my own. I've sometimes bought a few things, or we have a 3D printer now, so props I can 3D print. It's so nice. 3D print, but yeah, most of my costumes are all handmade.
I hope you've enjoyed this video from Wordsmith Academy. Please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great content. Special thanks to the Kelowna Comic Con and to Michael K for putting all this together.